That's right, my wike's... My wike? My wike? My wike's working. My wike's working. What is a wike? Good question. Sadly, I have no freaking clue what a wike is. I meant to say mic. As in microphone. I'm not the smartest light bulb in the box. Especially when using terms like that. You know what? That's fine. I don't need to be smart. I just need to be handsome or funny. God damn, I'm not either. Ooh. Well. Not much I can do about that. What I can do is I can try to be fun and clever and entertaining. I think that's a good goal. Anywho. I mean, we know why we're here, right? It's Talk Tuesday. It is Talk Tuesday, and we be talking. We be bouts to be talking. All right? We be bouts to be talking. And talking is what you do on Talk Tuesday. That wasn't a... That was not a nose pick. The tip of my nose itched, so... I assure you. So... I mean, maybe I should start by introducing myself. That's true. That would be a good place to start. Hi, hello and hi, and hello. This is an introduction. An introduction to who, you may ask? Well, an introduction to me, an introduction to my stream, and an introduction to Talk Tuesday. Well, today, I'm Goose. That sounds weird, because I'm normally Goose any other day, but today especially I'm Goose. And I'm here to talk a little bit about talking, especially because it's Tuesday. Typically on Tuesdays, we cover topics from, well, you can see them. They're right. My image just flipped. They're right there. You know, I would consider myself a lefty, not necessarily label myself as a leftist, because I don't really know the nuances of that term, and I don't want to claim a term that I might not fit in. So I want to keep myself within my own lane. I know that I'm a lefty because I took the political compass test, and if you'd like, we can take it together. But in general, I tend to support the more progressive policies of society, and that tends to mean that I am at odds with a lot of my fellow American citizens on a lot of culture war. Kind of made that into one word, didn't mean to. On a and I can't stop coughing. It puts me at odds with a lot of my fellow Americans who tend to be on the MAGA side of things. Now, MAGA is a large term that encompasses not just Trump supporters, but a lot of conservatives who have fundamental ideas about how the country should be run. If it wasn't going to be Trump, it was going to be someone else. So I would say that let's not try and get hung up on what MAGA means. Let's get hung up on what it means for us. So the topics that we can discuss today are that trans women are women and trans men are men. These are my stances, by the way. You can argue against them, because if you were to argue for them, it would be a strange debate. MAGA equals cult. I leave that one fairly ambiguous because I want it to be a bit more of an open-ended discussion as opposed to trying to convince you that you're in a cult. I would much rather that you try to convince me that overall MAGA is not a cult itself. Happy to hear your thoughts. Let's discuss. The Bible. I know that that's kind of unlimited as far as scope, but that's fine because it really is just the Bible. I don't believe that the Bible is a good basis for lifestyle, nor is it a good basis for a value system. So we can talk about that as well. And the earth is flat. It's not something that I typically handle in the debate space, though I am happy to address it. I'm sure that I can find information that I need to support my point, but we know pretty definitively the shape of the Earth at this point. So if you would like to convince me that the Earth is flat, I'm happy to hear it. You won't win if you go the Christian route. I can tell you that much because of the entry above it. So, so don't go the Christian route. The other one is immigration. That is obviously a bit of a hot button issue still for our country. So I'm willing to hear your opinion on it. I am of the mind that immigration should be free and unrestricted. That is a bit of a radical point of view to have, but I come to that point of view just from having lived as a minority and with the company of several different ethnic groups from different cultures and backgrounds. And I don't think that it's fair that people would want to limit that. Very strange. But that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here on Talk Tuesdays. And I typically will either ramble on about a subject or talk about something that I'm interested in or talk about a Marvel movie that I saw recently. Generally what happens on Talk Tuesday, it's very much a casual sort of podcast format. Podcast without being a podcast. You get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna, be responding to stuff, addressing stuff, reacting to stuff. You get what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep myself busy while waiting for people to call in. Speaking of, this is a bit of a call-in show. You get to call in using the Discord link in the description. I'll put it in the chat so that you can join from the chat if you'd like. But the long and short of it is you will click the link and you will join the Discord, and I will then pull you up into the box, and that is how we will start our jibber jabba jibba jabba bajabba doo boo. You know what I'm saying? So again, topics are right there on the bottom left of the screen. Feel free to debate me on any of those. The big one is the MAGA is a cult thing. That's the one that I think I can, talk a little bit about. The other one I wanted to address was tipping. So should we, how do I do that? How do I word this? Tipping. Oh, no, it's already on there. It's already on the thing. I just don't have it. There we go. Boom. All right. So my stance is that we should not end tipping. Let's just, or maybe I should say, despite its crappiness, we should still tip service workers. I don't know if that works within the size of the box itself. I think that might be a little small, but hopefully it's not too small. Take a look at it and let me know. In addition to this, in addition to these topics, I will be covering two topics that are near and dear to my heart, that are pretty prevalent, I would say, in most spaces, especially workspaces. If you have a job where you have a manager who does not know how to manage, this is good for you. Or if you are a manager and you're not quite certain how to be the best manager. So what I can do is I can give you a lot of the information about things that I've learned along the way, including things to do and things not to do, things that I wish that I had done differently about being a manager. First, I'll give a little bit of my managerial history, and then I'll give you a little bit of information about my current, I guess you'd call it work. It's not exactly a job. I have a business. It's a consulting business, but it's like more of a job, or more of work than a job. I would consider catering a job. I don't even really consider that a job. Like, I love catering. I guess bad analogy. What I'm trying to get at here is that I'm a consultant. I basically tell people how to tell people what to do, and ideally, that helps them rescue their business or maintain their business, or that knowledge might help them start a business, whatever. The point is, I rehabilitate businesses, I train people. If you've ever watched The Dog Whisperer. So let me turn the camera off real quick. Let me get nice and foggy. Give me 1 second. Turn the video capture device off. Okay. Just take a look at our topics. If you are just joining, it is Talk Tuesday. We are talking any of the topics that you disagree with up on that list with the gray background. Feel free to call in, and we can debate it. I'd be happy to do that. As you can tell, I'm a pretty easygoing, laid-back guy, so I'm willing to have a pretty chill discussion on it. Though I guess if you want to get it heated, that's fine. You can get heated. I probably won't participate in that, but engagement's always good on the people that get the angriest. So get heated if you want. I'll give me 1 moment. Cheers, by the way. 1 moment. All right. So today's stream, until we get a call, is going to be broken up into 2 parts. The first part is talking about how to be a good manager. Blech, boring. Someone call in and debate one of the topics, and we won't have to talk about it. But until that happens, we're just going to have to... We're just going to have to do it. All right? That's how the cookie crumbles. Until somebody calls in. You gotta call in if you want the boring business talk to stop. That's my sort of ultimatum, I guess. So yeah, you're gonna call in, say. I keep forgetting to hit record on my streams, and thus make it impossible to edit them later. It's not impossible. I really don't like ripping videos from YouTube, especially 3-hour-long videos, and you're not supposed to do that. It's like against TOS, I believe. So I don't really want to do that. And then also, I don't want to just screen cap from, because then it would be like copy of a copy, might not be consistent quality. I don't know. I'd much rather just have the local copy here and edit it from there. As I'm sure most people who edit videos and who post videos and things like that would agree. So again, oh my god, geez, I've like, you know how like when you get a little phlegmy, like your mucus is like, it's like that. I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. It makes it feel like you can't get a full gulp, when you swallow, like when you just swallow like normal, like how people swallow every like 30 seconds, some bullshit like that. I don't know. It's intrusive and it sucks. And it makes me want to cough, and I don't like it. All right, so first things first, how to be a good manager. So first, a little bit of background on my managerial history. I first became a manager when I was 21, technically 19. I was an assistant manager when I was 19, sous chef to be exact. I had a couple of jobs when I was like young, like 15, 16, for some side change. My mom basically was working all the time, and I didn't really have anyone taking care of me, and so I kind of had to take care of myself, and that included oftentimes money for food, and when I started driving gas, that I just was, my mom was, she didn't know like how to raise a kid, and tried to avoid it at like all costs. So I had to, she wouldn't budget correctly when she would give me my allowance, which was usually just like $200 to spend on like bills that would like she forgot to pay, or like trash pickup or whatever. So I started working as soon as I was legally able to. She signed off on the work permit when I was 15. Easy peasy. She loved the idea of me working. She's like, now you can get out of the house. I'm like, I'm out of the house all the damn time, lady. And so the first job I got was at an Arby's, believe it or not, which is still to this day one of my favorite guilty pleasure drive-through spots. Arby's is delicious, all right? Don't you freaking come at me about it. I will give you a lesson. That's one thing we can debate about if you don't like Arby's. Ooh, baby, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it straight up from the horse's mouth. I guess I'm a horse, of course. So first job was Arby's. I got fired from Arby's because they thought I stole money, but actually what had happened was there was a guy who had asked me if I could. He asked me to do something and I refused, and so he set me up and made it look like I had stolen money. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like people who are trying to get away with theft don't show up to work the next day, or like are a little bit more dodgy about it, and especially if they know the place has cameras. Anyway, the manager like pulls me aside and he's like, you know, I counted the drawer after everybody left last night and it was this much short, and I was like, I was 15 at the time, so I was like, I did not steal any money. And so, you know, I think that if he had doubted that I had anything to do with it, that probably brought him back to the suspicion, because it sounds shady as hell. Like, I didn't say you stole anything. So anyway, I was bad at communicating, didn't work out. He fired me, and they tried to sue me to get the money back, but I was like, if you can't prove it in the first place, like, all you can do is fire me. Like, I had, whatever, my girlfriend at the time, her mom was a lawyer. She then later tried to sue me for $180 for music show tickets that she bought us when we were dating. It was a whole thing. I got an interesting past. But so then I got a job at Jamba Juice and just whatever, hated that. And I, you know, it was in the time in my life where I didn't really much care about being a good employee. And so I just kind of eroded the good faith that had been given to me, and ended up getting fired from there. I think because I did like a no call no show, and I think I called or no, I got a call the day after. Yeah, I think what it was I was trying to like get with some girl, and like I was like, can I just not go into work? Like I called in, was like, I forgot that I was supposed to work today, but I'm not coming in. See you later. And I thought that would be fine. Apparently at the time, I guess. But so then I didn't get a job for like another year because my mom started working at home, and she was promising to spend more time with me and all this kind of stuff. It didn't work out, but so then I got another job, I think at like a coffee house. And through that, I was like, I talked to the manager one day, I was like, coffee is not my thing, I'm not feeling it. And he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna like talk mess to you or like try to fire you or anything. Like I appreciate that you're being honest about, you know, how you're feeling about the job right now. So first of all, you know, just don't be like concerned that this is going to affect your job at all. Secondly, I have a friend who works at a restaurant. Maybe you want something a little bit faster paced, and thus was born a career. And so I started washing dishes and prepping, and I got more into prep, and the guy who was in charge noticed that I had some decent knife skills and that I could multitask and things like that. And so I started taking more responsibility, etc., etc. Eventually someone called out on a line, you know, it's like the old romantic whatever chef story, whatever. So that was 16, 17, and so I had a little bit of experience under my belt by the time I moved to San Francisco with nothing but the shirt on my back. And so when I was looking for work, I had maybe one contact who was doing the kitchen at a strip club, and I was like, all right, I don't know if that's going to align with my experience, but I mean, I'm used to the restaurants I worked in were dives. They weren't like, you know, fancy places when I was starting out. So I instantly became a sous chef, and it was fine. I wasn't really responsible for much. It was a two-man crew. I was the only other guy besides the guy in charge, so ipso facto was the sous chef. But I did ordering, and I did a lot of like the inventory and some of the financials, and he was trying to train me up as good as he could for, I mean, a strip club, which is mostly cash business, especially at the time. Like, I think this was like maybe 1990, 2000 maybe? It was 18 in 2003 was graduation. So yeah, 16, 17. Yeah. So, and then, I moved to San Francisco when I was 18. So got the job, was in charge of the kitchen. It fizzled out somewhere around when I first did my first little bit of the Colombian marching powder. If you'll remember, or if you realize the reference. That was the first and only substance that I ever really got into, it just kind of made me like not really want to be like in charge of anything, but it was also like I also wanted more power. I think was sort of perhaps my goal. I really don't remember at the time what I was thinking, but I started cooking at a club because that's where the guy that I was getting my stuff from was residing. And then I think I worked at a Chevy's for a little bit. Just kind of worked like dunking like fry baskets of popcorn and shrimp and whatnot. What else is at Chevy's? It's like Tex-Mex. It's like Chili's, but like maybe they were having a name war. I don't know. And then what happened? And then I started working for a guy doing catering. So I got an email from someone saying that they were doing the legwork for a recruiting thing for the like a catering guy who was sort of like a celebrity chef. He'd been on TV a few times. I'm not going to name and shame, but the show was Top Chef that he was on, and he didn't win, but he considered himself a celebrity after that. And I think it was immediately after he got kicked off the show. Not, he got kicked off normally, like he got eliminated. But I think it was like right after he got eliminated. That's when he kind of started his catering company. And I was living in San Francisco at the time. And he's like one of those guys, it's hard to talk to people who aren't in the industry about stuff in the industry, because I don't know if you know who Rocco DiSpirito is. But he was also a celebrity chef at the time, and in general, I think he did a pretty good job over the length of his career, but he started to expand way too quickly. And I think at the time, people were seeing that as like, oh, he's making bold moves, he's, you know, doing the business thing. And so a lot of chefs, businessmen, you know, failed comedians, failed actors, failed stock market bros, whatever, you know, sometimes you start a catering company. I've seen it happen. We can look at a guy on YouTube that does it, and it's pathetic. But so this guy, you know, celebrity chef, starts a company. I get an email from his, at the time, I think girlfriend, or she was acting as sort of like a manager assistant sort of thing while he was hiring a manager assistant. And they said they needed a chef for their catering company. And so I went in and had an interview. The guy that owned the company is doing the interview, obviously, he was the celebrity chef himself. And I didn't recognize him, and he was I will never forget when I walked into the interview, he was looking at me like, he really believed that I should know who he was. And he was like, You recognize me? You recognize me? Recognize me? And he did that for a little while, and then he had like this defeated look in his eyes. He was like, and then he just kind of like slumped down and was like, so the job is my corporate sous chef, and it was corporate sous chef. It paid like not super competitive with the other corporate sous chefs' average salaries in the area. And so I was going to be in charge of his catering arm. And then along the way, this lasted about 3 years, three or 4 years. Along the way, each year he opened a new project and was like, I'm really going to sink myself into this one. I'm going to throw myself into it. I'm going to really invest all my time into it. It's going to be my project, my baby. And then he would end up handing it to me like a month later because I was ready, aka he didn't want to deal with it. So I wasn't allowed to hire a sous chef myself. I just had to oversee 25 chefs, but they were all just line cooks, catering cooks. And I didn't speak Spanish at the time, and there was very few English speaking sentences that you would hear throughout the day. So I had to very quickly learn Spanish. Like I was listening to like books on what is that? I was calling Mexico every day going, teach me a word. I had books on tape in my earphones, like constantly trying to learn, and it all just went in one ear and out the other. The only Spanish that well, it is Mexican Spanish, so there's already something that puts me behind the rest of the world. Like, I learned mostly Mexican Spanish, and including like all the slang and substitute words that Castilianos would not understand, or Cubanos for that matter. So, but then again, Cubans' Spanish is way different than everybody else's. So, there's a cool little fact for you. Again, this is supposed to be a debate call-in show. Feel free to call in if you disagree with any of those. I don't see anybody in the waiting room, so if you disagree with any of those stances that I have there on the screen, feel free. I guess I'm just a jovial guy, you know. I'm sorry if that makes me a bad selection as a person for a debate, but you know, I can take that in stride. I don't mind. I'm no Mr. Rogers, though. I'll pound a few brews. I don't like that phrase, pound a few brews. It makes me feel like I'm trying to be like a college bro. Holy shit, where did we go? Where did I go? I just blacked out for like the last 20 minutes. What were we talking about? Oh, my managerial experience. Ooh, that's why I made the joke that I blacked out, because I hate talking about myself. This is probably a one and only time thing, and I'm only doing it because I'm slightly stoned. Is it enough in the... Yeah, it's half an hour and we're good. Shit, poop, fuck. We're good. So, I start working for this guy, and I have, like... I'm in charge of a catering company, a food truck that he wants to turn into a line of 3 food trucks, and a pop-up, like a brunch, like champagne pop-up. At the time, I was making a lot of money, and probably shouldn't have been, because it led to a lot of furthered addiction and ultimately burnout. Though, the thing to come out of that burnout is that I got married, and I've been with my wife for almost exactly 20 years. I think it'll be 20 years this year. I think. What is that? Is that silver? Gold? Gold? I don't remember what 2 decades is. Paper's one of them. I don't know. That's old people stuff. I'm not that old. I guess maybe I am, but I don't feel that old, all right? And millennials, we all believe that we look young for our age, so there you go. These are fiber pills, by the way. as I talk about not getting too old. If you didn't understand that, these are fiber pills, by the way, as I'm talking about not being too old. I gotta take care of my colon. It's important, you know. Good colon health is important for extended lives. You got your Ozempics and you got your Wegovies and you got your Hassenpfeffer Incorporateds. You damn kids. So, how does this all relate to how to be a good manager? Well, after my time with the catering company, I failed hard. Real hard. I moved and was gonna start I had a short sojourn in my hometown. Spent a year there. Talked to a guy about opening a restaurant up in the PNW. If you're not from the PNW, that's short for the Pacific Northwest. And so I saved up a little nest egg, couple tens of thousands, and moved up, and the guy was ghosting me, nowhere to be found. He wanted to start I think a French fry truck, and I wasn't into it, but I agreed because that would have gotten me a good foothold and a nice little my own business that I could just do whatever I wanted with. And it's fine, French fries or whatever, you know. But so he was going into it with me, and he had a bigger percentage, so he got to decide the concept. It was a long story. Anyway, he absconded with everything. He stole the money. He left the state, and because it was all just a handshake deal, we didn't have like lawyers or contracts or anything like that. I was just thought that I was moving up here to start a business with a friend, and yeah. So he left. That sucked. And here I am 10 years later, having mostly just worked manager jobs since then. So I do part-time catering, and I do part-time consulting, mostly just for my friends who I have started restaurants with in the California area. Still talk to them, still go over the numbers, and we do like meetings and stuff like that. It's nothing crazy. You know, if I had people up here who, there are people that I like who are friends who own businesses who I give advice to, but it's not like paid. I don't ask for money or anything like that. So I don't know if I'd consider that work per se. I think that should be a pretty clear distinction if I'm gonna make one. So yeah, no, I guess I do consulting and I do advertising. Like I make videos for people's Instagrams. Like I'm not like, I'm not like a multi-hyphenate per se. Like I want to just be a business person. I just want to be good at either helping myself or helping people start businesses and maintain them. That's sort of my ultimate goal. So I just say that I'm a consultant. But I do like advertising and marketing, and you know, I do like community building events and charities and stuff. Yeah, you know, it's a whole shtick. Down to merchandising. You know, I'll make a t-shirt. Gosh darn it. But so in that time, you know, I've had jobs at Whole Foods, I've had jobs at New Seasons, I've had jobs at small artisan fish purveyors, you know, often, if not every time, in a managerial capacity. And why I say often, if not every time, that there were positions that I started in, and then I would move up to a manager position from there. So I guess you would consider that two different positions, but I don't know. So I've had many successes, and I've had many like come to Jesus failure moments. And so I think I just have like a good multifaceted overall je ne sais quoi, because I really don't know what to call it. I guess I have a panache, a piernage for management. I have successfully received glowing reviews for every single one of the employee evaluations I've ever received, and I never once solicited a good review. So, okay, all right, snippy snap snap on ya, honey. That's right, I did grow up in the streets. In addition to that, I also was a Rising Star candidate for Whole Foods Central California region, or Northern California region in 2011 for my work with the Meet the Chef program. Bada bing, baby. So I just know a thing or two. If I had to sum all of that rambling for the last 39 minutes up, well, okay, there was a little bit for intro, but if I had to sum all that up into a single statement, I would say I happen to know a lot about being a good manager, and I feel like I'm a pretty decent manager. I feel like people tend to learn a little bit and when I teach them stuff, so progress. But how to be a good manager? How do you communicate that to somebody else? Well, unfortunately, the best method is through just, hands-on learning, like scenarios. We play through scenarios, or we would like bat an idea around and just talk about what we would do in a certain situation. Barring that, since I'm here and you are either lurking or watching this later or, whatever, it falls to me to try and put it in a way that is understandable and digestible, and not too long-winded, hopefully. So let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna get more water. I'm gonna give it a think. Give me one moment. So as you may or may not remember, a few weeks ago, I was talking to a presumably young man who was arguing with me about MAGA being or not being a cult. And in the ensuing drama, I mentioned that character matters in this sort of thing. And he didn't seem to understand that. And I think it's good to bring it up right now, because being a good manager means being a good person. Good manager equals good person. Good manager equals good person. What does that mean, though, Goose? What does it mean? Remember, if you want all this boring lecture to stop, call in and debate one of these topics, and we can make this boring lecture stop. I will be here until I get bored, and not a minute sooner, talking about how to be a good manager. Unless you want to debate a culture war thing. I still don't know where I'm pointing. I don't know why I'm going backward. If you can't find a topic, I can't point at it. If you can't find a topic, maybe we can create one. Suggest something in the chat, or even just say hey yo in the chat, okay? Can I just get a hey yo in the chat, please? All right. It ain't too hard, all right? The lecture can stop. But until that happens, we're gonna talk about good manager equals good person. What do I mean? Goose, what do you mean good manager, good person? Well, what that means is you have to have values that are intrinsic to your core being, like empathy. That's how you spell it. Having things like self-awareness, being able to understand who you are and being present enough to know your eccentricities, your faults, and your advantages. Self-awareness, very, very straightforward. Do you have the ability to raisins? If you can reason, then you can probably problem solve pretty easily. You know, you're probably more willing to engage with other people and with how, you know, with how conflicts are arising, how to resolve things like that, issues with training, being able to reason, being engaged, both very important. So as you can see, it's important to be a good person before you become a good, or before you become a manager in order to become a good manager, or you can learn along the way, but it's gonna suck for both your staff and yourself. That being said, what else makes a good manager? Or I guess let's elaborate just a tiny little bit. I don't want to turn this into an actual like college lecture because those are boring. That's the fiber pills. I can tell you that much. That's totally the fiber pills. So let's elaborate on good character, good person, good manager, etc. So if you want to be a good and effective manager, you must have some level of basic mental health maintenance. You must have some level of understanding of how people work, and you must have some amount of empathy in order to be able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. It's not a required thing that you are able to like that you truly feel for the people that you're dealing with. I don't know what that whistle was. That was excruciating in my ears. So sorry if you're wearing headphones. But being able to simulate that as well, like let's say that you're not truly empathic, like you don't really necessarily care about the people you're working with or the people you serve. It's like whatever, I just go to work, I clock in, I clock out. Even just being able to simulate that, and I don't mean like a computer, I mean being able to understand what empathy is and being able to still engage even if you don't necessarily want to be there, that's also, you know, a good thing to do. If you're like that. I did tend to be like that for a bit of time, but not, you know, I wasn't like that forever. It didn't last. I became a gentle giant, a deer, a doe in the field. A doe with a foal, just frolicking through the meadow, the meadow, you know, just being pretty deer, anthropomorphic, Wendigo-like entities frolicking through a wheat field. What else does it take to be a good manager? Well, gosh darn it, some level of interest, and you wouldn't think that needs to be said, but it does. I know plenty of people who become managers. I think someone just delivered something to my door. Oh no, they left their own house and it happened to be across the hall. It's all good. What was I saying? Level of interest. So you can't just be blasé about every single aspect of your job. Like you gotta have some level of interest, even if it's not in the product or the service that you sell. Even if it's just like, I'm a big fan of training new staff. That's fine. It doesn't matter where you work, you know, that's pretty versatile. But the level of interest is directly proportional to how you're gonna, you know, treat things in the workplace. And again, I don't know why that has to be said, but it does. A level of interest. And I don't mean like faking it. I mean like trying to find something that you can connect with at your job. Even if you just took it as a clock in, clock out thing, and now they've made you a manager and you're like, I don't know what to do now. You really do just have to find something that you like about the place that you're working. It doesn't matter what it is. You can just really love cleaning the bathrooms. I don't know what type of person you are. I don't know your kinks and fetishes, okay? Whatever you like, you do you. But you have to have some level of interest, or else it's just gonna suck for you. And if it sucks for you, then you're not gonna be that good of a person because you're not gonna be engaged and you're gonna be distant, or you're gonna be outright hostile towards your staff. So have some level of interest. That's an easy one. It doesn't, it's not that far of a reach to go to like, hey, I really like the fabric this is made out of, if you're into fabrics. I don't know, again, I don't know what you get off on, you know, I don't know what floats your boat. Don't tell me. What else? I guess, you know, it is necessary, but I guess kind of optional to have some financial knowledge. You know, having a basis for math and being able to do like some of that shorthand stuff in your head is fine. But I also mean like understanding metrics and looking at statistics and knowing like conversion rates. Ooh, that's a big one. Knowing conversion rates. If you can convert like kilograms to pounds, great. But what I really mean is like upper to smaller conversions, like quarts, cups, you know, pounds, tons, you know, just knowing the scaling terms and then how to translate them into their smaller broken down forms. Essential knowledge. An interest in logistics. Oh man, people don't often show that, but it's cool. Like if you like things like American Truck Simulator, or if you like I don't know, like the like Factorio or like the automation games or whatever, like those are perfect for that. Then you probably like logistics, and I'm right there with you. What else? Let's see, what else makes a good manager? Oh, let's talk about something that you shouldn't do. So understanding and being able to compartmentalize the chain of command. So you, and I think people would call that micromanaging, but that's not really how I address it. It's more so being able to disseminate the information to the appropriate people and then let them take care of it, and then they come back to you and they say, here's the information that I got. It's more about like streamlining your communications pipeline. It eliminates the complication of under communication, and it eliminates the too many chefs in the kitchen quandary that often arises in a startup or managerial group. So I would say if you are in a management position and you find yourself having to chase people, I would say make it easier on yourself and just let people come to you. You know, be the guy in the background and just be like, you know, if you need to, you can come to me with any issues, and like leave that hanging. Like you, if someone's there, were spider webs around my, if someone's gonna fail, let them fail. If someone's going to not hold up their end of the bargain, let that happen. Like you got to let people stumble and fall so they can pick themselves back up and learn for the next time. For that matter, I would say, you know, don't be so quick to take punitive measures either. So here's one really like key thing. I have two key things actually. I'll put the first one up here. Treat it like a courtroom, and then I'll let that hang. I'll let you interpret what that means, but let's go over one other thing real quick. Oh no, I think I'm lost. It's slipping away, my ADHD brain, because I'm fixated now on treat it like a courtroom. Let's talk about treat it like a courtroom, and maybe it'll come back to me. So you want to take every single thing that you say and do as a manager, and you want to say, could I say this in a court of law to either prove my case or prove my innocence? And I know that that sounds ridiculous, but you can even think about it in a ridiculous way. Like you can think about it like you're on a court show, like a court drama comedy or whatever, and a court procedural, I believe is what they call them. And I'm arguing for something. I have to apply some kind of law to, albeit arbitrarily, to this. So I have to treat this situation like it's a courtroom. And oh, at the other one, I got it. The other one, I'll put it down so I don't forget it. And I'll put as an appendix. everything problem instead of, you know, everything. It'll make sense. All right, so imagine that you are about to confront a staff member because you believe they've been smoking the ganj on the clock. You as the manager have the responsibility to protect your business and to protect the safety of the people around you, right? If someone's working impaired, they could do something dangerous, they could set the stage for a disaster, who knows? You know, there's all kinds of stuff that that people have to prepare for. Which is another good point. Oh, is it? Is it king? Oh my gosh. OSHA is king. Do what OSHA does. And that may rub some people the wrong way, but I promise it'll make sense once I explain it. So again, treating things like a courtroom, you're trying to confront a coworker or a staff member who you suspect has been using drugs on the clock. It's your responsibility to protect the workplace, but it is also your responsibility to protect the staff member. In the courts, if you were to, even just a stupid TV show, if you were to imagine, like, you know, I suspect him of smoking on the job, then the first thing that the judge would probably ask you is, do you have any evidence? And if you don't have any evidence, then to me that would be like, okay, well, I'm not even going to bring it up with my staff member. If you do have evidence, like let's say that you had them, you know, walking in from their break, they smell heavily of the ganj, and you know, you're noticing that they have like bloodshot eyes. Again, you still have to present this in a courtroom, right, of your mind. You still have to present it like that to a judge, to an imaginary judge. And the judge is still going to ask if that is alone sufficient evidence to, or the judge is going to have to deliberate on whether that alone is sufficient evidence to, it's not, by the way, that's not sufficient evidence. Just because you pull someone over and there's weed smell coming from their car does not mean that they are driving intoxicated. Correlation is not causation, which has been argued a number of times in the Supreme Court, or has been set, precedent has been set for that. So you again have to protect your staff member, who even though you need to protect them, you still need to, if you suspect something that they're doing, like using drugs on the clock, then you have to be able to credibly accuse them. So again, do you have that evidence? Probably not. Like that a smell and then looking at their bloodshot eyes, I mean, they could be super tired, or they could have been like using the night before and had like a weed hangover, which is a thing. There's all kinds of different things. Even like just having ridden their bike through a dust cloud, you know, like whatever, or riding by someone who is smoking, getting secondhand high, you know, there's all kinds of things that would not be terminable offenses that could be the causes of the signs that you're noticing. So treat things like a courtroom. If you can't make a fair argument for it in application to any kind of law, then you should not be pursuing it. And sure, you can suspect someone of something, but if it's not hurting their performance and if it's not hurting the business, don't worry about it until it becomes a problem. Now, what I'm not saying to enable. I also don't believe that you should go out and hang out with your coworkers if you're above them on the chain of command. If you're a manager, you should not be hanging out with your subordinates. Once you accept that position as the manager, you're done as friends with your coworkers. You're done. Find a new friend group, because it only ever leads to corruption, favoritism, and drama. Also, don't have any relationships with your coworkers. If you get into a relationship with someone, one of you has to leave. The job, not the relationship. Harsh truths, but they are truths, I assure you. So treat it like a courtroom. Done. Everything / problem. I guess I could have said that. Everything / problem. No, that doesn't work. There we go. Everything / problem is a training issue. I'm whistling through my teeth. Again, if you're just joining us, we are now entering hour 2 of the live stream. Debate a Leftie / Athiest. I'm happy to field any of the topics above. I believe most of those are my stances. Immigration just says immigration, but you can assume that I'm for it. So yeah, feel free to click the link in the description. Let me go ahead and do that thing that I said I was going to do at the top of the stream, which I never did. And I will put... And I'll do a little copy paste here. Keep in mind that we are going to the waiting room. Why would you want to fire up 7 days? All right, and I will put this into the chatty box. The chat box, El Chato Boxo. All right, there's the Discord. There's the Discord. And then on the YouTube chat. Shablimma blam. And I gotta pin it. I gotta pin it. Nope, I don't want an emoji. I gotta pin it. And there we go. All right. So those are the things. No, don't unpin it. All right, those are the things. Feel free to hit me up on Discord. And we'll put you in the box. El Boxo, La Caja. Everything / problem is a training issue. So again, if we're looking at treat it like it's a courtroom, then I think it's another important thing to establish is the fact that when a person messes up, like, how do I put this? When you're trying to dole out discipline, or when you're trying to pursue a disciplinary action, whatever, like if someone is doing something that you have to like write them up for, it's become an issue, etc., etc. There's all kinds of issues that a manager might have to overcome with their staff members. In the pursuit of those disciplinary actions, what I recommend, just as an empathetic human being, is that you ask yourself if you train the person properly. And oftentimes, I think what you might realize is that you might not have trained the person properly. Every single thing should be considered a training issue. If your staff member consistently comes up short on their till, that's a training issue. If they didn't understand part of the training that you originally gave them, if all you did was give them a packet to read and sign off on, what you're doing is you're passing the buck. You're basically making it their responsibility to maintain their job, which, understandable, but also not empathetic, and doesn't necessarily put them in the best place to learn or absorb the knowledge because they're under pressure to do it, else they get fired. The best thing to do when you are trying to think about how you discipline staff members is to consider whether or not you've trained them properly. And I have been fired from jobs before, and I can tell you that a lot of the time when I get fired, it's due to like repeated things that nobody ever taught me how to do differently. And it falls upon the owner or the managers or the trainer or whoever to make sure that their staff member, or at least it falls upon good owners and good managers, to make sure that their staff members have the absolute best tools that they can get to succeed. And if that means sitting down and working with them one-on-one over and over and over again until they get it right, staying late if you have to, do that. It is not an easy job to teach people how to do things, because teaching requires empathy. People learn under fear, but they don't retain information. And fear of getting fired is pretty strong when you're talking about taking food out of your, potentially out of your kids' mouths or out of your family's mouths or whatever, you know. So it's always a training issue when looking at it from the managerial point of view. If you want to be a good manager, it's always a training issue. Oh man, I'm so mad at that dishwasher. He just never takes out the trash at the end of the night. Okay, A, did you ever mention it? B, if you did mention it, did you make sure to follow up? Make sure to teach them, like, go step by step through it with them over and over again if necessary, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, until they get it, until they absolutely can confirm that they understand exactly how to do that, then hold them accountable? Or are you just gonna bitch about it? Fuzz on my mic, fuzz on my mic. Buzz on my mic, fuzz. Sorry. I just say, you know, I just say things sometimes. Sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. So yeah, for a good manager, every issue, every problem that you encounter is a training issue. OSHA is king, do what OSHA does. So I don't mean that like, you know, walk around with the OSHA handbook and make sure that you're adhering to every single guideline you see. I don't mean that. What I mean is that looking at OSHA as sort of a baseline for how you should be thinking about your managerial style is a pretty good idea, because let's face reality. I know that it's hard for people to accept, especially people who work within logistics, because OSHA is just like a pain in their nutsack, like every day, all the time. And OSHA investigators come by and they really do surprise inspections. So I get it. I understand. OSHA is a bit of a thorn in the paw of the trucking and logistics industry. I get it. Also the commercial and fabrication industries, I get it, I understand. And I don't necessarily recommend doing exactly what OSHA does. What I recommend is understanding that every decision that you have to make as a manager is going to end up being always, you want to always consider it the worst case scenario, or potentially the worst case scenario. Hey, how's it going, old helmet? I have not gotten any Bible calls today. Calls about the Bible. I did last week. I did talk to a gentleman about the Bible. Little Mo, but no calls today. Gosh, but we'll see. Do you have any opinions on OSHA, for that matter? OSHA, I know people used to have the like funny acronym words like oh shit something. I don't remember. I can't remember any of them. It's been a while since I've worked in a warehouse. That's, I guess, also sort of another good point, is to really have a cross discipline, like work in the place that you like, every single position, at least work it 2 weeks. That's what I would always recommend as a manager. I guess this is like procedural stuff. We can talk about procedural stuff. Did you want to talk about the Bible, old helmet? Your username doesn't specifically give me Bible vibes. Procedural stuff, including, but not limited to, oh no, what was the thing I was just saying? Oh no. Darn it. Okay, well, I lost the thing that I was thinking of. Yeah, darn it. That sucks. But anyway, procedural, OSHA always prepares for the worst case scenario. So that's sort of like the baseline for a decision-making process in any kind of managerial capacity. That means that you're walking through your warehouse, which you should be working at, or in a little bit, by the way. In favor of safety regulations, workers need to be protected from profits over safety. Agreed. Agreed. If only Amazon wasn't like in bed with OSHA, that would be great. That'd be super awesome. Then maybe their workers might stop getting injured and having to pee in bottles and stuff. Because you know they're still doing that. They just kind of swept it under the rug. Anyway, the point is that OSHA always prepares for the worst case scenario. And it's like stacking pallets. I cannot imagine how many places, because every single warehouse that I have gone into in the last, I would say arguably 10 years, I have seen pallets leaning against the walls, and that is a fine from OSHA. If you're doing that, I can't imagine what other violations you're doing, because I often see the two things that I see the most are leaning pallets and electrical boxes being blocked. And I understand that there's almost no chance that something's going to happen. Like, electricity isn't just going to arc. Like, it's perhaps maybe but the problem is that it has happened before. That's why the MSDS exists, because it outlines all the things that have happened, that the reasons why OSHA is in existence. So it's important to manage it's important to manage her that way. Because you are responsible. At the end of the day, you're responsible for the shift that you manage. And if we're going to treat it like a courtroom, which I deleted, but that was the point, is treat it like a courtroom. If you're going to treat it like a courtroom, you have to be looking at the worst possible case scenario. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's such a good mantra. What is it? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. I think that's the Army one. I might say that in the Army. But yeah, that is a very good point and a very good mantra. So do that. Yeah, no? I don't remember what I was going to say for procedural stuff, but let's talk about how to talk to people. So there are two methods for talking to people that we can cover. One is the compliment sandwich. The other is active listening. So in the two debates that I've had, one person was very good at active listening, the other person was not. What active listening is when you are able to engage in real time with what somebody is saying. And that means, like, if I'm telling a story about, like, I went to go get a cookie, then I would detail, like, I would say, okay, so I got into my car, it's been having like that tire problem, you know, and then I would say, like, oh, tire problem, what I didn't hear about that, what is that? That's active listening. You're asking questions for elaboration and context while the other person is talking. It's very simple to do, but not a lot of people know that it's a thing that you're supposed to do. And I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live, but it's good for being a good manager to be able to engage in real time and ask questions that help them elaborate and contextualize, especially if, you know, if the delineation between manager and staff is as it is traditionally, which is the staff member is the person who's trying to learn and the manager is the person who's trying to teach, then you want to try and take care of the staff member. And by that I mean offer the appropriate amount of information and be as informed as possible. And they're coming from a place of maybe not knowing how to inform you. So active listening is very important to support that. They may not know, like, you know, if a customer has a complaint and they're saying, like, is there any MSG in the salt? Like, and you look at the label and it says, you know, there is MSG in it. The staff member may not be like, oh, well, that's, you know, it's derived from like seaweed. It's all natural. It's not going to harm anyone, even though MSG doesn't harm anyone in the first place. And, you know, the manager may word it differently or something like that. But just having that line of communication open, being able to contextualize what your staff member is trying to say and interpret their words, very important. It's a good thing to do. The other thing, compliment sandwich. If you don't know how to engage with your staff member, a beautiful method that is very corny, but it's also a good way to learn how to talk to your staff members, is the compliment sandwich. First, you compliment them on something that they did or achieved. Hey, the way that you took that trash out before I had to ask was awesome. It's not even part of your responsibilities, but you did it anyway. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. and then you say what the thing is about. Let's say that they, you know, had leaked trash juices, because they don't normally take the trash out. They leaked trash juices all along the line and got it, you know, really messy and didn't even put it in the right bin, whatever. Then I would say, like, but, you know, next time when you do that, could you please just make sure to double bag? We tie it this way, and I would show them exactly what I was talking about so that they know, like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, because everything's a training issue. And if I'm going to convince a court that they messed up, I need to be able to prove it. And the first thing they would ask is, did you train them properly? See, it's all making sense, right? And so I would walk them out, I would show them how to do it. And then I would say, but, you know, I appreciate it so much that you took this initiative. It's awesome. And you gotta mean it. Like, you actually have to make real compliments. You can't just be like, you know, I like your hair. Could you stop fucking up? But also, I like your teeth. It can't be like that. You gotta really mean it. But that's a good way to get the brain juices flowing so that you can more instinctively start to talk in a managerial way to your staff, and at least in an empathetic way. All right. So that pretty much wraps up how to be a good manager. Old Helmet, did you have any questions about being a good manager? I'll field a short Q&A before we move on to the second topic of our stream today. We're on time too. That's something I almost never am. You know, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll be fully on time. I'm 8 minutes late to the second segment, so, you know, it happens. Well, no, not demean them. Jeez. Yeesh. So critical. But yeah, it really is a good method, and I thought that it was like the stupidest, like the dumbest thing, because I started recognizing it when managers would do it to me. I'm like, no, don't you compliment sandwich me. I will not take that kind of abuse. Don't you try to handle me. Yeah, it was like an eye-opening moment. You finally see behind the curtain and you're like, oh my god. No, I knew it was a joke. I figured it was a joke. I assumed. I didn't say anything that was overtly demeaning, so I you know, I was able to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, it's hilarious. And being a good manager kind of sucks. Like, I wouldn't even really recommend, if you are a fun-loving person and you like to just kick back and be like a cool guy, you know, be like a cool dude, then maybe stay in middle management. Don't get like a management position. Even then, that's still like shaky. I would say stick to either running your own business or something. I don't know. Rice bowls. My wife wants rice bowls. I'm obliged. I mean, I'm not obliged. I'm happy to field that, but I'll happily oblige because that shit be tasty. All right, so the average wage problem. So let me give you an example. I don't feel good giving this example, but it's really the only example that I have that kind of gives me any kind of authority on the subject. So just bear with me for a moment. We're gonna start the theme for this next point, which is Call of Duty. So yeah. So we're gonna play some Call of Duties. I forgot to shut my DOS terminals down, which I hope doesn't affect that. The old command prompt. What am I working with here? We good? Is it gonna open? Are we gonna open? Yes, we're opening. Grounded too. Oh geez. All right, that's that's one of the points. are kind of one of the points. It sort of falls in line. Oh my gosh, I just burst out of one of my buttons. Oh geez. Forgive me. I didn't know the stream was gonna get so spicy so quickly. Put your undergarments back on. Or... You're crazy. Oh, that is loud. Is that too loud? That might be too loud. What on earth? Is that an ood? That's weird. So, I am still just chatting, and this is still a call-in show, but there's a theme. This is thematic. I promise. There's a whole thing. And I wanted to be doing this so that I can record it for the video that I'll make later. So, give me 1 second. You good? I was gonna let them out, but I don't think they need to be let out. They're just dogging each other. You get it? Because they're dogs. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh me. Oh my pants are riding up. Like, I wasn't calling you. I'm sorry. So this kind of does have a little bit to do with the whole culture wars thing. It's not immediately apparent. I understand that. I get it. I'm making a mountain out of this molehill right here. I'm really milking a inline reference to nothing. So I apologize. This is how I get my rocks off. All right. Gosh darn it. You're gonna bear with me. Well, oh, quality. We want it minimum because I do not want to fry my computer because that's what's happening. Yeah, I mean, I started watching The Line a while ago, and so all the guys that are on there, so like Gutsick Gibbon and Godless Engineer, Planet Peterson, Justin DZ Debates, I don't like Dillahunty gets a little too mad too easily, but I mean he's been doing it for a while, so I would be tired of the bullshit too at this point. But you know, I take a vacation or something and then come back and you know, listen to a few more people. What's the other one? Forest. There's Forest Valkai is the other guy that's good. And then I don't know if he's an atheist, but Simon Dan, pretty decent what he does. Those guys all kind of who inspired me to try to get into the debate space. It's not going so well, I can tell you that much. It's because I don't pursue, like, I think a lot of these guys would go on like TikTok and join other people's lives and then do more of a confrontational sort of thing, but that's not my style. I'd much rather, like, you know, I want to do these sort of like lecture / talk things, hopefully teach somebody something, and then I'm hoping to back this one against a familiar backdrop. But yes, so I'm finally I remembered to record this time, so that's why I wanted to do this. I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna turn this off because again there's a theme that we're going for. Just keep in mind that I'm not one of those gamers who can't pay attention to chat. I will try to pay attention to chat, so don't feel like I'm getting distracted. This is for a purpose, I assure you. Just got to get into a game. Justin, I think the only thing that I don't like thematically about all of the guys that I see doing those Athiest call-in shows is that they do a lot of the what is it? It's oh man, I don't know how to say it. It's like they really like pound the points, like they really like hammer the points in, and they don't let the people dig their own graves as much as they used to. Like even like some of the newer guys that I see are still letting people like kind of argue themselves into oblivion, which is, I like to see that a lot more often than like, oh, you know, I'm owning you, I'm cooking you. Oh, so what do you support slavery? You know, like it's good for the shorts and the views and stuff like that, but I want to see the engagement. I want to see them, like the person like trying to make an argument, because I watch it more so with my own opinions, trying to hear what the person who's arguing is saying, so that I can, you know, be like, oh, that felt validating, or, you know, like, I don't know. It feels more organic, more natural. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Goose. I make videos and put them on the internet. If you understood that reference, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was all. That was the only thematic thing that was happening. Why did these guys just let me pound on them? That was insane. We got, who's playing right now? We got no. Why did I pick this up? I don't even know what I was carrying. I guess now is not the particularly skilled player's time. I guess. They're just letting me shoot him. So yeah, that was it. If you understood that reference, then more power to you, because that is the sort of same intro as a YouTuber named Hutch, who I admire very much. Was one of the guys that first started getting me into any kind of content creation whatsoever, watching his COD videos. So that's why it was like a little nod. But so that brings us to like the reason for all this, and it is an unfortunate phenomenon that I notice only because of some very specific reasons. Oh, Jesus. So Hutch and I, we both grew up in the same state. He grew up in the same sort of region that I did, and like because I don't want to dox anyone, so I'm not going to say it specifically. If you know where we're from, then cool. If not, then that's cool too. But so, you know, I spent a lot of my time under the poverty line, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, I assume that he did as well. I'm not sure totally, but yeah, from what I know about the guy, I need a faster melee weapon. From what I know about the guy, he, you know, had to work at, you know, restaurants growing up, and those jobs are often, you know, only worked typically by people who either get the job through their parents or because they have to, you know, pay bills. So, oh jeez, ah, mine. Oh, I have one of my own. There you go. Don't trigger it. So, eventually, as he was making videos and stuff, he got popular, and, you know, when people get popular, they get signed to fun things. Like, he got a job on Respawn. That was really cool. Respawn Entertainment. Machinima umbrella. And at the time, it was cool. I think it came out later that they had, like, taken advantage of their employees somehow. I don't remember the details, but there was some beef that people had, and like hurt a lot of people. But he enjoyed some success on that, and I think he had a lot of. I think he had a lot of good content. He made good videos, all around good dude. I think I assume he's still a good dude. I don't know him personally, but circumstances don't always make monsters of us. So why am I even bringing him up? What is even my reasoning behind this? Well, just because we have such like similar sort of backgrounds, not really, the same. Like I think we may have been separated by 2 degrees, I want to say, conservatively, which is fine. Like we grew up in the same general region, had a lot of connected friends, but I just never actually like hung out with or met him. I think we might have met once. Anyway, point being, we had like kind of a parallel sort of coming up, but he found a little bit more success than I did, and obviously, I'm not. It would be petty of me to be jealous of somebody else's success that I don't even know. So hopefully it doesn't come off that way. I get that it's probably coming off that way. But mine. Oh Jesus. But so I think what it indicates is a bit of a, I guess, stereotype that I've been noticing lately, that people who are on the left side of the aisle, who have seen some amount of success, tend to be a little bit more out of touch with people than those who did experience poverty for that amount of time. And I would never wish anybody, poverty. Like that would be monstrous. But I think that level of insight is kind of important to maintaining a consistent point of view. And I get that people's tastes and preferences and the values that they support change over time, but I also feel like money is a bit of a factor to that. And I think that that's a good, I think that it's, money changes you is sort of something that you hear a lot. And I don't necessarily believe that. I think that you kind of, you were who you were before I wore the mask. Or before I wore the mask. But, it's just like the superheroes or super soldier serum, it makes you who you are. Like money makes you who you are. There you go. Money just makes you your true self, and I think if you're a humanitarian, you're going to do humanitarian things with your money. And if you're if you take advantage of stuff, you're probably going to take advantage of stuff with your money, etc., etc. You get what I'm saying. But so, like, the only reason I bring up Hutch is just because we have sort of similar, backgrounds, but very different financial statuses. And lately, the views that he's been expressing about, Gaza and immigration have been a little, like, surprising. Or I guess kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Just because I thought that, not that I agree with everything he says, but I thought that we were more or less on the same page about those issues. But he's taking a bit of a, left turn. I guess not left, I guess a right turn, you could say, on the, the cop response to the riots in LA, riots. Yeah, and I think that raises the point that, average wage, even if you're just making average wage, even if, being a YouTuber is not especially lucrative, but even making the average wage puts you at more than the general public. Like, you're making more than the general public. The average wage for people is, oh god, the average wage for the average, damn, I'm just saying the same words over and over again. The average salary yearly for your everyday American is typically around $48,000. The problem is that the average poverty family makes around 38, and the average you know, like a good job, I guess, makes between like 80 and 120,000. So there's some disparity there. And as you live a longer time in the lifestyle that you've become accustomed to, your subconscious becomes more and more involved in either seeing that lifestyle thrive or die. And so it becomes sort of a survival imperative that you have to kind of adhere to the same lifestyle, even if your funds shrink. That is why a lot of rich people tend to diversify their efforts into other, you know, industries or whatever. So, yeah, it's, I would say that making an average, or making oh my god, making a living or average wage is a big, causation does not, correlation does not mean causation. So I don't know, it feels like it's easy to say, well, people grow and they change, but I also think that as you grow and you change, you get different and better jobs along the way, and as you make more and more money, the more fiscally conservative you're probably going to get, and that might bleed into other values that you have, even if subconsciously. So that's the only reason I bring up Hutch, because you know, we're from roughly the same area, roughly the same background, and that I just observed that in his latest content, and I just wanted to mention it. Not an overt criticism, or not a gross total understanding of every single one of his views or opinions, but yeah, just something that I observed. Now we can actually play the game. I still want to put the text up. All right, so again, I say again as if I'm like, you know, like, tired of it. That's not the case. So we are in the latter half of the stream today. If you would like to call in, please use the links in the Discord and Twitch chats. I don't mind going over the time. That's fine if we get into a good discussion, but feel free to discuss any of the topics up above there. Those are, for the most part, my stances. Trans people are people. MAGA equals cult. You can argue about the Bible. The earth is flat. If you'd like to, I don't know, that's not my stance. If you'd like to argue that, then I'm happy to hear it. Immigration, anything, if you'd like to take a stance, my current stance is that I think that it should be free and unrestricted. Despite its crappiness, we should still tip service workers. That is my stance. I believe that tipping, I don't think it's gotten out of hand. I think it's always been out of hand, but the problem is the increased expense to things. And when the president does a thing like try to take away taxes for tipping, it's really just trying to put the focus on trying to create a monster out of service workers. So I'm thinking maybe his Uber Eats got there cold one too many times, and now he's like trying to wage a personal war against service people. I don't know. He's fired a lot of black ones over the history of his career. That's for sure. And then yeah, it's really just that simple. I'm happy to elaborate on why I believe the things that I do, but until then, I did the lecture I wanted to do, and I did the little video blurb I wanted to do. I could even stop recording. I already have my short form video done. Bada bing. Done. What do you think about that? Multitasking. What? People don't say that stuff anymore. That was bad. Don't do that, Goose. Don't do that. Let's see if I can think of other things that make a good manager. Scheduling is your fault. Scheduling is your fault. if your workers don't show up because you scheduled them on a day they would rather not work, you fucked up. Is that a training issue? Yes. You didn't train yourself properly. The thing is, job hunters are a dime a dozen. Job hunters will always be looking for jobs, and if you offer a good wage, let's say that you have the foundation in place, you are a good business, you offer competitive wages, and you like freaking love working with people who, you know, are uneducated or don't know how to do the thing that you're asking them to do. Cool. You got to schedule people for what they want. Otherwise, they'll either slack off or they'll stop working for you or something. Like, they will not want to engage. No! They will not want to engage. And it will cost you your job or something, like somebody else's job, or I don't know. But it's not the way to roll. Oh god. Was that guy just standing in front of me the whole time? Was he perfectly camouflaged? Or did I just... It's been a while since I've quick scoped. That's why I try not to do it. Yeah, scheduling is your fault. Which is... that's, you know, that's just a good, like, phrase. Just a good thing to say. I don't know. For Christians that accept evolution, at what point do they process, in that process, do they think their God drew an arbitrary line and started handing out souls? Yeah, true. Ah, that was gonna be a no scope. That wasn't gonna be a no scope. In no way was that going to be a no scope. We're not feeling. I don't think I'm attentive enough to do no scope or to do scoping. Oh yeah, and the other thing is that if you have a book that is, you know, the oldest copy that we have is about 800 years old, then like, wouldn't it have changed? Like, why didn't it change at any point? Like, is it that perfect? Like, how do we? I don't know. I'm trying to concentrate. Like, if God's perfect, he would have wanted to make the Bible perfect, and if it has contradictions, then, like, and you can't just pick and choose what you decide is like an edict. You know, like, you got 10,000 people interpreting 10,000 things 10,000 different ways, and everyone who wants power is just going to interpret it their way. Oh. No! Helicopter! Helicopter! There's a helicopter! Run! Everybody! You guys, there's a helicopter! Ow! Ow! Ow!
You're falling behind, Crimson.
Helicopter!
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
TP for my bow, God. TP for my bunghole. Are you threatening me? Oh! No! I saw the glint and I couldn't do anything about it. Just watch. Are you hitting me? Okay, so maybe not good to hip fire. Not good to fire from the hip. Owie! Maybe we'll go for the happy medium here. Oh, I put a different sight on this. I'm not having luck with scoping. Oh, you. Oh, yeah. So many misses. Not enough misters. I get it. Misters. Not enough. Well. That would have missed. Straight up. Don't mount when I'm, or mantle when I'm trying to shoot. Ah!
Hostiles have the hard point.
I think he mantled sideways, which was an interesting way to do that.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
I didn't want to
Hard point identified.
let them know that I was there, but
Enemy UAV inbound.
that is what happened. Ow!
Hard point is secure.
This one is bad. Oh yeah, bottom of the barrel.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Nice hard scope there.
Hard point is secure.
It's funny, last night I was like plugging dudes left and right. I was like, don't ever give me a marlin. Don't ever give me a marlin.
Hard point locked down.
I can't hold on to it. I'm just gonna like slay. My wife was laughing at me.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
I don't talk trash
Hard point is secure.
very often. But I was having fun. I was on one, I think they say. I was on one. Was feeling myself. And now I can't shoot for shit, which is always a fun thing to do.
Hard point located. Hostiles
Fun way to be. Oh yeah, the weapon that I have to reload every 2 shots is... Ow! Oh, I thought that was the guy shooting at me.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Yep. Can't flick. Not a flicking day today, I think.
Hard point is secure.
Ah! He slid in to do it. He knew what was happening.
The hard point.
I need TP!
Down.
Come on, man. Owie! Did I hip fire that guy? I think I hip fired that guy. No scope. I'll count it as a no scope.
Hard point is secure.
These guys are all playing the long game. These guys are all playing the long game. I need to play the short game.
Hard point identified.
Short game. Short distance. CQB.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point active.
Oh!
Hostiles have the hard
I hit his haunch. I hit him in the haunch. He's got a meaty one. Oh! Oh, he did a jump shot on me. God damn. I'm not playing the long game. I told myself I had to play the long game. Gotta shoot at people when they're close, because then they can't zoom in on me. And that's how you win the battle. And the game.
hard point locked down.
Oh! Oh! Ah!
Hard point located.
Fair enough, fair enough. Just to show you that I can throw an axe too, that's right.
Hard point is active. Hostiles have captured the hard.
Stand still!
Hard point is secure.
Just stand still.
Get me eyes in the sky.
That's what I was trying to do. Don't be shooting like just willy-nilly, come on. Oh no! Oh no, behind me! That's fine. Once again, this is a call-in show, I assure you. I do want... Oh man, just defaults to the... Ow! You want to talk about any of the topics up above my image?
They're about to quit. Give them a nudge. Hard point identified.
Is it the sensitivity that I'm experiencing right now? Could it be...
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
I don't think I have the sensitivity triggers. Oh no! I don't think I have the sensitivity triggers engaged on my mouse.
UAV mission.
That's fine. Stop defaulting to 4x. Damn.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Hard point. You know, it's funny. I thought we were playing Control, which is really hilarious, but also not funny. Ow!
Me and the boys want to give you a taste of our gratitude.
Oh, winged him. Shoulder shot. Bastard. That was in the chest. I saw your nameplate. This is not real life.
Hard point is secure.
Did I see someone out of the corner of my eye there? Or I guess out of the corner of my character's eye?
Captured the hard point.
Ah! Ah! we did that exchange thing that, you know, the quintessential
Hostiles have the hard point.
jump, shoot, jump, shoot.
Point is secure.
Who you shooting at? Who you shooting at?
The hard point. Hard point locked down.
Totally
Hard point identified.
Totally acting in self-defense.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Ah!
Hard point active. Hard
We're just gonna pretend. Ah! Damn it.
stand down, Crimson. We have what we
No, I stayed firmly at the bottom. I made a decent attempt at the end, but I was also not standing on the objective, so I'll take that. I'll take
Tier
it.
2 in secondary.
Oh, yesterday
SMG.
I got like completely
Yeah.
I had the play of the game stolen from me. Stolen. Straight up stolen. Again, this is a call-in show. If you want, you can call in to the Discord. The links are in the... Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Links are in the chat. And you can call in and talk about any of these issues up here. Any of those. It is Talk Tuesday. I would love to talk on this Talk Tuesday. Feel free to debate any of those topics. The one I think that I'm feeling the most interested in debating would be the MAGA as a cult one. So if you have a stance on that, I'd love to hear it. Other than that, we're just going to continue to play some chill-ass COD. Unfortunately, all the boring stuff that I had today is done, so unfortunately, there's no more boring stuff. It's sad, I know. Y'all wanted to hear a 3-hour-long lecture on how to be a good manager. I know. I'm sorry, that's just not where we're headed today. We're gonna do some casual COD gameplay because I had a little thing I wanted to make. How someone in this day and age can think the earth is flat. You know, people still do, and hearing them, like hearing that, like the CC or whatever those people are, Dave or someone from Westchester or something. I forget. But yeah, there's like the core group of them. I didn't want to join the lobby, or I didn't want to stay in the lobby. There's like a core group of them, and just hearing them talk about it, you can hear like how sad they are. Like, oh man, my family hates me. Poor guys. But you know, I think there's like comorbidities to their beliefs, if you will. It just seems so like the Venn diagram of fundamental Christians, like biblical literalists and flat earthers, overlaps Just to an impressive degree. You know, because from the waters to the waters, and separated the waters in the waters from the waters to the waters, and there was a great firmament, and waters in the waters and to the waters. So that means the earth is flat and there's a transparent dome. That's what that means, unequivocally. Science. What I find really interesting is when people who are trying to argue for the Bible talk about science like they use it. We have true scientific proof that Jesus resurrected after the first day. Okay, what's the proof? Word of mouth. Eyewitness testimony. There are, we know, why'd the women go in there? Yeah. Right? There you go. That's the proof. That's the proof. You didn't know that's the proof. Not good proof. So yeah, not sure I'd entertain that proof, that particular grouping of evidence, if you will. Yeah, it's like the it's like a snow globe, according to the Almighty God. And apparently it's ridiculous to believe that we came from apes, but it's also not simultaneously ridiculous to believe that we came from incest. Or that we were intelligently designed. Equally crazy. And I mean, like, I think it's really, here's my conspiracy theory, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my conspiracy theory is that churches, like, they have part of, like, their youth groups or whatever, like, they are on YouTube, obviously, right? So it's a social media generation. I have a feeling that the people who come on and debate the people that we watch, like on the line and things like that, are being told by their churches, like, as sort of a test of faith, or like what is that, burnt offerings? You want to offer yourself up for, maybe I'm getting that terminology wrong, but you're like offering yourself up to be dismantled, to have your faith shaken. So I think really it's just zealots. I don't think that people are like media trained, obviously, like they're not confident speaking about their beliefs. You can hear how like a lot of their voices are shaking when they call in. So it's obviously not something that they're comfortable with, and either they are so zealous and strong in their faith that they feel the need to speak out, or because they also like have this really like a formulaic way of saying like, hey you guys, you know, I'm a big fan of the show. I think that's like a dog whistle. Like I feel like, why would they say that if they weren't serious about it? You know, if they weren't like actually, I think they're signaling like that, like, hey guys, hey fellow Christians, I'm gonna test my faith, you know, hold my hand spiritually and bless me with the ever loving grace of the Lord, baby Jesus, sitting in his manger, cooing all quiet and baby like, messing in his diaper, you know, creating miracles, creating straight up miracles. Oh, I feel like I blacked out again. Alright, if you're just joining again, I know I keep saying it. It's not for the TikTok crowd this time. It is strictly for the algorithm and stuff, so please just bear with me. I am Goose. This is Talk Tuesday. We are talking culture war issues, I think is probably the best way to sum it up. I don't like to refer to it as that because it kind of tinges it with a color that I think is somewhat overly or unnecessarily hostile. I don't want to project an air of hostility. I want to project an air of fellowship. Even if I fervently believe what I do and you fervently believe what you do, I think that we can probably come to some common ground understanding. And if I had recorded the previous stream, I would have that long form video up to show you and demonstrate that it's true. Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to watch my previous lives. 3 hours of it. Enjoy. And a lot of it is really, you had to be there kind of stuff, so enjoy. It was a healthy discussion, which is, it's been a while since I talked to a church person, so it's refreshing and it's cool. Feels good to be getting, you know, words to a set of ears, etc. But yeah, that's the theme of Talk Tuesday. I often pick one theme to Talk Tuesday, but I think it's just better to have like a wide area of stuff to talk about. So I'm offering up some variety. If you're not really that confident, I can't reach outside of this box. I wish I could. If you're not really that confident that you can argue that, you know, men shouldn't be in women's sports, but you are confident arguing about how Jesus certainly rose after the third day, then please feel free to argue with the Bible with me and not, you know, trans issues. That's fine too. We're not, you know, you can pick and choose. You can mix and match. You can like go for a bonus lightning round, you know, like we can spin the wheel. I don't have a wheel, but we can spin an imaginary one in our minds. That's a possibility too, you know? So any progress is good progress. No one ever said that and it doesn't make any sense, but you know what? I'm saying it right now. I'm gonna take a break, if you catch my drift. Give me one moment. Cheers, by the way, and then we'll get into another round of Call of Duty's Black Plops 6? I think? Yeah, Black Ops 6. Cheers. Cannabis. I'm about to take the cannabis 420 city. I'm about to take the cannabis to Sky High City, where I'm gonna take a pot scooter to the to 420 Blaze It Avenue. What? All right, none of that made sense. I don't know where I was going with that. I was trying to be funny. It didn't work. I guess I'm not the alpha male Chad that I thought I was. Speaking of, next Talk Tuesday, we're going to be talking about toxic masculinity. We'll have the same topics up in the text window, but we'll be reacting to the majority manosphere stuff. I have always, if you look at my previous videos, I've always been a fan of covering the manosphere, like how to get a girl and stuff like that. So we will once again revisit the sphere and get an idea of how to steer clear of toxic masculinity. So stay tuned for that. I already cleaned that part. Okay. And here, oh, and here we go. I say as I jump into a painting of a busty lady. We're going to Busty Lady Town. That's in Marioville. Somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Gotta go pee, and then I will be right back.
Grable. Shooby wooby. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Sorry, I just make noises randomly. Since we're balls deep in COD, I don't know why I had to say it like that. Let's change the category to Call of Duty, just so I'm in keeping with. Or should I leave it just chatting? I think because I'm trying to get people to chat, so we'll leave it just chatting. I'm getting too concerned with the searchability of the stream. Best way that you guys can help me with any of that searchability stuff is to engage, chat, join the Discord. Oh, by the way, if you join the waiting room and I don't pull you into the box, then assume that something's wrong and say something in chat, because I'm only checking it periodically. So just let me know. All right, we're gonna jump into another game. As you can see, my model is probably the most professional one that you could potentially find. It is, it's good for stealth. It really highlights the negative space of the viewer's eye. So it's almost like, almost like active camouflage. If anything, I'm invisible to most people. That's how this works. It's a scientific fact. And I will not hear questions. I will not. Ever. Just a reminder, this is a call-in show, so feel free to do so. If you want to debate an old man. If you want to debate an old man who just loves hitting people with pickaxes, it's my weapon of choice. Yeah, if you want to debate an old man, feel free. Or if you want to, just be like, what's up? Not really. Maybe not. Maybe something that might actually use our time together productively. But I do not trust this shotgun. I have not shot it in a while. Oh, I mean, that was a pretty dead-on chest shot. Should have killed her. So let's see if it's just netcode. Hi ho, Olympia. I got one. I got one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now I think this is the perfect game for me to use for Talk Tuesday because there's guys with MAGA in there. Oh, I didn't have a good timing. Because there's guys with MAGA in their username. Oh, that the other shot was used. I do not trust that El Shotty Gunno.
Step it up.
LMG maybe? Now let's stick with the running gun. That feels good to me. God, unless you just get blasted. That isn't even Olympia. That's that's a just the regular same shotgun. Yo. Oh, it was page down, not page up. I'm left-handed.
Did a lot better that time.
Don't make fun of my
Okay, Jonah, best play.
handed whatever.
Okay.
Oh damn,
Okay.
is that like a low-level Marine SP? Because it just has a couple of things on it. Damn.
Okay.
Good
Four
job.
piece.
Good job.
Fuck that bat. Grazie.
Good job. You always, if you feel like someone's maybe newer in experience, it's always nice to give them a compliment, right? I was speaking that into my mug as if you guys could hear that. I don't know what's wrong with me anymore. Oh, what was that? Was that a bug? See that? Oh, it's like pictures are popping up. Am I going insane? I think I'm going insane. Did want to change that. I didn't really do very well with that at all, did I? Last round, I guess. We're working towards the saw blade launcher thing because it looks real cool, and I would like to use it to saw people's faces. I don't know what it does. Since we've just hit the last hour, I'm going to turn off the subjects. We'll still be welcoming calls until the last half hour, but now we're not really like beholden to any one particular subject or group of subjects. Just want to stop by and watch some COD gameplay. That's also pretty darn cool. Bink, bink, bink. I'm swing crazy. I'll take you down, even if you're on my team. Where are you guys? You guys hiding, ow! I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bongo. Oh. I couldn't flick it. I'm bad at flicking. Don't make a bunch of noise. That was a piece of cotton. It wasn't like a bug or something. She thought she caught like an animal. Some kind of manimal. Yeah, you guys catch those dog tags, that's fine. 2 shots. Who the fudge am I?
Operator establishing score.
Ah, no! You don't want an animal to suffer when you're hunting, you know. You want them to be able to get a clean death. That's not a clean death. I wouldn't call that a clean one. And that is why sometimes you get the hipfire recoil attachment. Perfect example right there. Not that it, you know, helped me too much. But it's, I guess it's good for a leg shot too. Unfortunately, not ideal. I just saw my teammate get wrecked. Rickety rizzect. Sometimes you gotta look away to reorient yourself, you know? Oh, come on, man. Owie! Owie! You had to tase me to win. That's very unsportsmanlike. You know what? You know what? That's fine. You know, all's fair in love and war. I didn't hit the collateral on that one? I feel like I was aiming between their two heads. Ay, ay, ay. They gotta blow me up to kill me. Oh, threw that shot away. Come at me! Come at me! Do it! Do it! Sorry, I'm getting power thirsty. Power hungry. Power thirsty? Ow! No! Shot went off just a little. I've got cotton mouth. I've got cotton mouth. Mouth is dry. Mouth is dry. Oh, get a little backup. Mouth is dry. Mouth is dry! Keyboard sliding. Sliding over. I'm getting passionate. Getting hot. I'm just kind of shooting. Did I just kill my friend? I think I did. That's all right. He'll forgive me. It's all part of the job. We knew what we were. We knew what we were getting into. Don't try to sneak up. Don't, no. He circled back. You are a board. Oh, that was my friend. I tried to kill my friend. Fine. Want to go that way? There's a lot of explosions. No, I thought I could get him. My mistake. He's not still. He's way long gone. He's long gone. He's so. Oh, Long Johnson. Do you remember that? You guys remember that meme? Am I current? Am I good? Am I current? Did I tell a good reference? Or am I just dead? Oh no! My friend! Ah! No! No! I didn't really peek that corner. That is my fault. I apologize. I apologize. I'm gonna get some more water. Did you watch that play of the game? Ah, man. Did I even do well? Yeah, I did all right. Middle of the pack. I'm getting warmed up. Dang. Dang. So dang. Probably outside sunning. Getting heat stroke. Alright, once again, I did turn the topics off, but we are still welcoming calls in. If you would like to call into the Discord, argue with me about some kind of MAGA something, feel free. But right now we are relaxing into the last hour of the stream, concentrating mostly on chilling out and playing some Calls of Duties. I am now going to change the category just for now of the last little bit. Done, and edit that. Go to gaming. Call of Duty. All right, we are optimized once again. Optimized once again. So feel free if you want to call in and argue with me about why you're a MAGA scum and cult member, and then you know what it is. Break yourself. That's right, I grew up in the streets. I was a member of a hood. A hood. A neighborhood. Oh, this is a little intimate for a map, but let's see if I've improved it all. Let's get rid of those as soon as possible. Can only slow you down, you know. Oh, I didn't even wait for it to scope in. That was my bad. I was using a hybrid before, so that shouldn't be an excuse. Not an excuse. Get rid of those as soon as possible. Aye-oh! Where are you? Oh. Ay. I don't think that I'm in sniping territory yet. Damn. It's always when I'm streaming that like I have such a freaking case of dry mouth. No other time of the day. You know what? That's kind of cute. I might be nervous. I'm probably like just nervous that I'm live on something, you know? Could be it. That's so cute of me. Said no mentally well-adjusted person ever. Nice hard scope there. Nice hard scope. Ow, 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 I thought I was hiding better. Apparently not. Apparently not. It's fine. It's okay. Nope. Almighty bunghole. Oh, I forgot I don't have grenades. Forgot I don't have grenades. Ow. 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 Tried to use a third tomahawk that I didn't have. Tried to use a third tomahawk. Oh, saw that glint, looked right at it. Didn't do anything about it. I'm just gonna forget snipe. God damn. We're just gonna take the mulligan on that. It was a good idea. And it just didn't pan out, you know? Oh, he's in the wall there, huh? Doing a little dance. Ow! Why aren't you shooting? What happened? Ah! Right when I decided to use my field upgrade, that's good. I'm real good at this game, real good, real good. Everybody likes my skill. Everybody likes these skills. Nobody dislikes it. That freaking out. Freaking out just a little bit. The guy was just looking at him and didn't do anything. Thought we were bros, bro. I keep forgetting I don't have grenades. Hita! I'm trying not to cough into the mic. Oh my god, where's my aim? Guys, please. It's very distracting. I'm already bad enough as it is. Oh my god, seriously? Could I not? Could I not? Kira! Akita, why are you barking? Why do you think it's okay to do that? Ah, okay, well. Akita! I don't know why she thinks it's okay to just be barking like that. Guys, stop. Ita, stop. Can you guys go relax, please, just for a little bit longer? I do plan on taking them out. Oh wait, no, it's probably too high. Yeah, it's probably too high. Oh. Do, 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 do.
Ita, stop.
She's a puppy, so you sometimes have to raise your voice.
Ita. Stop.
Hostile UAV established overhead. Hostile RCXD in your AO.
She thinks that everything that her sister does is her trying to play with her, and it certainly is not. She's come close to like attacking her several times, unfortunately. What you get for killing me twice, butthead. You butthead. Yes, hello, sir. Can I help you? Oh no! I think I played too many different games, and I'm already not very good. I don't want to be just in this area. That's not a good position. Ooh. Real? Owie! What is that? Is that the skin that this person has? I'm curious. Ugh. See, this is why you want a scope, because then your sensitivity won't mess up your shot. And I don't like that. I like to have like a really low sensitivity and a really tight aiming radius, or tight whatever, aiming cone, I guess, is how I would describe that. Probably inaccurately, but like the distance my mouse has to move to hit the target. Like, I don't know if that's a thing. Ah! But then, like, if I want to use scopes, then it'll be a different multiplier. I like that. I like the flexibility, I guess. Again, I don't know if any of that is a thing.
Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Was he gonna circle back? I think that was a fresh spawn. I think the guy just kind of ignored his objective. Clear it out and give me your presence. Your presence in my zone. Ooh, winged him. Light shot. Do you have any TP for my bunghole? My bunghole. That's how the character talks. It's part of the game's content, so therefore I'm allowed to repeat it. I will not be subject to censorship. I will not. I refuse. What? Did I not hit anybody? Oh. Oh. Ah, no! 2 leg shots! I probably could have blown up his mine, right? Mikey! Oh, I was just shooting into the dark there. Oh, he was right there. See, now my skins are like, they're really good at like making you think. There's a they're really good at making you think that that it's not a good skin to use. and that I might just get a lot of unnecessary deaths because of it. No, quite to the contrary. Okay, it's, you know, if you look at it in the right context, it actually is, invisible to most players. So, oh geez, that was a lot of blindingness. Blind. She blinded me with lightning. That's poetry in motion. Oh no! I was about to walk right into the lion's den. I said a leg shot there. Just let him know I'm there. Give him a little tippy tap, little kiss on the nose. I'm right here, buddy. Right here. Oh, and I blind. And I blind. Nope, I'm in the doorway. I'm sorry. I wanted to use this egress, miss. Oh dear lord. Oh. Such violence. Somebody's gonna be coming around that corner. They'll be coming around that corner when they come. Let's maybe not use terminology that can be taken out of context. How about, Huh? How about that, YouTuber? Huh? This ain't Rumble. Why am I jumping on top of that? That was an interesting mantle. I shan't be trying that again, let me tell you. I thought somebody was just laying down. Oh, no, that's, yep. Nope, they weren't laying down, they were in the corner, and I did not see. That's how blind I am. That's right. I am gonna take my vision is impaired. I would have killed him. I would have killed him. You saw it. You saw it. I'm recording. Aw, I stopped recording. Damn it. You know what? That's fine. We are in the last half hour of the stream, but I think I'm gonna go over today. Just because I'm having fun. And even if they're lurkers, I am seeing some viewers trickling in, so I wanna leave the avenues open for engagement. Even if you disagree with the title, I forget what the title is. But even if you disagree with it, I think we can all enjoy a little Call of Duty Blops action. And I may not be great at it, but I do enjoy a little bit of super action hero diving occasionally, and that's gosh darn fun, even if I don't succeed most of the time. What is my, have they been able to figure this out thing? I look at my stats now? There we go. Okay, so if you wanted to see my stats, I think that's them. Do I need to do something different for that? Top weapon? I've used that once, so that would be why. And I've only used that twice, so that, yeah, so that makes sense. It's not really I guess it's kind of reverse up to date. Weird. Oh, prestige. Okay, so is that separate? I'm a little better in my prestige. I guess.
What is your...
Could you please, with the microphones in blasting out my eardrums, for the love of all that is holy. I got a couple of upgrades for the Essex. I want to take a look at the scopes. 3x, I guess? Oh, God. Ugh. She farted. Ugh. I guess? I mean, I'm not really feeling a sensitivity difference. And I don't want to zoom in unnecessarily if there isn't that much of a sensitivity difference. Until I get like a proper scope. A proper scope. we'll just stick with what we got. Or iron sights is good too, you know. If there's something else on here that looks good. Gain twist. Damn, 3 bullet velocity. What you call 'ems? Chevrons. In the mid game, velocity is more important anyway. Oh, there I go. There's some recoil control. Not that I need it really. But I also don't really need a scope right now. Or I guess any sight. Although I still have gunfighter on. So why not? I didn't like the 4.5 though. Huh. I guess we can put the original. Somewhat. Have I unlocked? Nope. Man, once I can get that as my sawed off, that'll be like, oof. Ooh. Oh, and did I unlock by any chance? No, not yet. We're getting there. I think. Sorry I keep clearing my throat. I get stoned a lot, so you know, there's some degree of resin in my throat at any given time. Oh, okay, still a ways off. That's fine, whatever. Whatever, I'll deal with it. It's okay. Just have to get good. What am I looking for as far as accomplishments? Score streak kills. Semtex headshots. All right. Let's go. I'm real close to getting the camo for that, so we'll go with SOG. Dude, let's go with GS45. Stand special. I think having it stock is fine. That's all. We'll stick with that. Go with. I like a little shock charge, and we'll go with Semtex. I'm trying to like tick things off as I go. So. And maybe morphine. Why not? Why the heck not? Those things. Good. How often do I reload my SMG? Not a whole lot. Not a whole heck of a lot, my friends. Not a whole heck of a lot. And let's see if I have finished. Yep, I've finished mastering that. Finished with UAV. I guess Archangel launcher. And we shall go. Let us go. Let us go into the wild blue. I am still rocking the near invisible butthead skin. Now I don't know if you knew this. This is in the science books, but most people can't see cell shading. Did you know that? Look it up. It's a fact. In case you guys didn't know. All right. You often cannot see. Most people can't see cell shading. That's right. Right. Scientifically proven. I know. It's a shame. Because these models are really cool. You know, I get nostalgic about my my old Beavis and Butthead watching days. And most people can't see the skins. That's why I use them, because they're near invisible. It's very hard to kill me when you can't see me, right? So I pick the least conspicuous skin I can. Because I'm a pro gamer. Better believe it. Alright, maybe, you know, maybe I'm stretching reality a little bit. Or maybe not. Also remind me, because I am the kind of person that's gonna forget, but remind me to take a look at the what's it called? The like don't let me, what is this? One of the old maps?
The lead is on.
Oh, the flick is not there. Don't let me prestige and accidentally not use or accidentally get the wrong permanent unlock. Oh, there was a guy like on the banister. That's cool. Oh, I said I was gonna do the. What am I doing? What was I doing that? I'm crazy. Semtex. And pistol. I got a clue. I was thinking that was gonna be a shotgun, but it wasn't. That's fine. That's not strictly necessary, but it would be nice to remember these things. That's why I'm saying it again, so that I will not forget next time and disappoint myself. You can see the nameplates. If you can see my nameplate, I can see your nameplate. And you can then, you know, chuckle me off this mortal coil. Stuff. Oh god. I gotta get off this boat! Ah! Oh, apparently that doesn't work if you die to fire. That's good to know. Good to know. You're not invincible. You need to thunk it. Can I'm guessing if I jump off that thing, I'm dead instantly. Ah! Stop putting bombs everywhere. No! My bow staff, it has a good reach, does not have that good of a reach. Ah! Ah! No! I didn't get anybody in that crowd. I got him! Yay! Aw. Fine, we'll get him. We'll get him the next time. Oh, not if I'm covered in fire. That is a bad precedent to set. Ow, no. That's how it happens sometimes, you know? You get flashed and you lose it. What? Get shocked, I guess. Seriously, were you shooting as you came over the... Oh no, that guy was shooting. Nope, come back here. Come back here. Oh, what? Oh, that was probably a headshot. Damn it. Oh, I didn't finish injecting myself. Oh yeah, get shocked if you're behind my lines. That's cool, smart of me. Oh no! Guess he knew what was happening. It's fine. Oh, he's hiding right there. You be hiding, I be fighting. Nope, he wasn't there anymore. That's... Oh, yeah, he was. I didn't think I saw him. Oh, they all spawned right there. That's interesting. Nope, too close. Too close to me. Don't stand so... Oh. I don't know that I can. Nope. Oh, what is that? Oh, is that a LMG? Tommy gun? My Tommy gun, don't! Wasn't really that good at using it. My apologies, Tommy. I like how that was completely out, just off the ship. Oh. Get stuck! Woo. You know what? It's fine. We all group up together like that sometimes, and it's not always the best outcome for us. There were two guys in that hallway. There were two guys in that hallway. Nope. Get stuck and get away from me. Where'd you go? Yeah! Oh, I got 2 dog tags. It was a good trade. Take that. Okay, okay, okay. That's a lot of bad guys. That's a lot of bad guys. Try and just do a little ipsy doodle over here. What was it? Headshots with the pistols? Or was it just kills with pistols? Was it headshots or kills? Headshots or kills? Who knows? Oh, you slid into it. You slid into my dreams, and you slid into my house, and out of my car. Oh, you got. There's another guy. It's fine. I got the dog tag back for some reason. Got a John Wicket. I got a John Wicket. You got a John Wicket. I got a John Wicket. Oh, I John Wicked it. I got a John Wicket again. Oh my God. I'm John Wicking it. I'm John Wicking it. That was tense. That was tense. A little bit tense. A little bit. Oh, I resigned myself to dying immediately. I didn't think it was gonna last. Oh, lots of guys shooting right at me. Oh, you know, sometimes you gotta John Wick it. Sometimes you gotta John Wick. That's important. Important to know that. Important to know that that is a possibility. Are your response trilators? Oh, don't throw that at me. Son of a... You... crafty bugger. Cheeky? Cheeky bugger. I don't think that landed where it was supposed to. Fine, fine. We got room to grow. Take it anyway! See how we did the middle of the road again. For Kirkazes. Oh, that's a good ragdoll. You just made a final mistake! I love Mike Judge stuff. Recall Springs. I guess I don't really need that. I was gonna change it, but I don't think I need. I think we're good. We're gonna keep it rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Guy Fieri. You son of a bitch. Of course you would put 69420 after your name on the gamer tag, you piece of shit. Get into it. Tomorrow I'll be doing Work Wednesday. That's right, Work Wednesday. Work Wednesday is when we kind of just make up a fake job position and play a video game themed to whatever that job position is. So it's just it's an excuse for me to play video games. The unfortunate task will fall on to me tomorrow to clean up a city full of zombies. Just got to the outskirts and surrounded on Thursday of a major metropolitan center, and unfortunately it is crawling with the undead. So I got a little bit of ammo in my guns. I got a amber lamps ready to mow down some zombies. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna honk the horn and round them all up and try to mow them all down at once. We'll see if that works.
Dirty, Black Ops. Get to work.
And if it does, then we'll be made in the shade. He didn't just walk through that and made me look pretty dumb.
Hold my finger.
I don't know that that's... Oh, that was
Now hold it.
that was my shadow. Aw, come on, come on! Don't do that to me. Oh, this could be a good area for sniping, I guess. I guess. That was a nice, interesting ragdoll. Keep thinking those signs are bad guys. Oh, I think you pick yours. Your stuff. Ow. Ow! $50 headshot kills. One more headshot kill. And then I'll switch to a different one. I do not have faith. I'm not very good at like shots, just all willy-nilly, you know? Ow. 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 Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, that was... Would have been pretty good, but, you know... Every hamburger would be good if it was good. If it... Wait, what? Let me shoot you in the head. I need the headshot kill. I need it. And I want it real good. Want it real good. It doesn't sound right. I just can't resist. Ow! Ow! Why do these guys just let me shoot their teammates? Stop farting! Smells real bad. She is not a kind... She is not a expeller of kind gas. It's more of a torturous, unable to be reconciled with all of humanity type gas. And not easy on the nose, let me tell you.
There's a dude camping up
the stairs? Oh, is that him? Oh man, I had to have been close to dead. Had to have been close to dead. We play that long game, so oh god. It's all right. That's what video games are for. Fancy logic. Someone killed him. That's good. Wee, wee, wee. This map is too big for this gun that I am using. Do I still need Semtex? Oh god. Oh god. Wait, where are you? Oh, you're behind me. That's why I didn't see anybody, huh? That makes sense. It does make sense. Sliding around on this. Oh, marble floor. Luxurious. Ow! You saw me. Stop tooting. Disgusting. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, let me at him. It's me, I'm sniping with the SMG, I'm the sniper. Ow. And now I'm the diaper. Wait.
That sucks.
That takes a lot of bullets. Ah! Don't do it. Tried to kill me. I don't like it. There you go. There. Yep. There. Yep.
I'm about to kick your ass. Let's see.
Was that guy stuck in the blinds? I think he was stuck in the blinds. Oh. Oh, it's you got it. You got this. Someone shooting at me? Oh. Oh. He was waving a knife at me. What is that noise? Oh, that's a headshot kill. That's a headshot kill. Oh wait, I already got it. That was what that noise was. Probably. The door is open if you need to poop, because you're smelling gnarly right now. Oh, couldn't get it. What do you want? Hi. What's going on? You okay? You good? She's a little sausage of a pup. Sausage of a pup. Oh, don't kill me, my friend. No. Use a different loadout now. I don't know if that is the right sight. You good? Do you have an issue? You have a skin issue? He was like almost kind of whining. Like she was very unhappy. I think we got the guy in that was camping. Pretty sure. Pretty sure we got him. Oh, that was not. That wasn't a good shot. I didn't take a good shot. Tried it and I didn't it. Do you have any TP for my bunghole? Yo. TP? Are you threatening me? I saw you. I saw you. Where'd you go? That wasn't you. Where'd you go? You were up there? Both of you were up there? One could assume, I guess, apparently incorrectly. Oh, hi! I was gonna say, one could assume, are we going up? Are we going up? We're going down. We're going down. We went down. We went down. Ooh, that was a rough wiggle. Very awkward.
You're gearing up for a final push.
How the fuck? How am I gonna? Okay, there you go. Let's see how long that lasts. Are these guys like? trying something, like trying a glitch or something? I can't imagine why they would just have been isolating themselves. That's right, that's my SAM turret. Just hanging out there. Could have been a contender! Oh, jeez. Oh man, he was just relentless. Oh, is that Archangel?
Yes.
What was that? Was that backblast? Did I just like... What happened? That is hilarious. No!
Oh, it's wrong.
We'll talk about this later.
Oh, no,
Oh, hey,
no,
look at
it's
that.
wrong.
I win.
Man, see why you tell your team.
I win, I win, I win. Stinky dog. Stinky dog, stinky dog.
Hey, did you see the other ones that have the thing right here? Like the little buttons right here?
It's like 85.
Oh, like how expensive? Like $100.
Hey, I'm in the top 3. Look at that.
For a remote. I think it was more than $100.
Oh. 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 All right, you guys. Well, shoot. I think the last. I mean, if you're here, I would like to go a little longer, but you know, if people aren't engaging, then I won't know if y'all want me to stick around. I would love to keep entertaining. Got a couple of viewers across platforms, nothing fancy. But just let me know. I'm happy to go, I don't know, a couple more rounds, two or three more rounds. Just let me know what's up. All right, so I finished with that. What was it? That particular camo. Is that really my next one? Do I just have to keep like incessantly playing with the SOG? Like, is that just my destiny now? Ay, ay, ay. You know? You know? I guess, I could probably make it more deadly. I don't really know that there's much that I can do beyond this. CHF? No. I mean, I guess if I'm aiming for headshots anyway, I might as well get into the habit of it. Incentivize myself. Perhaps. How stable is it? Oh. Oh my. Maybe not. Maybe we won't use that. Stick with the gain twist. And stick with horizontal recoil. Sprint to fire speed since we're yeah, I guess until we can get the monolithic, that looks fine to me. And I think we achieved probably something close to the... Oh yeah, it is headshots. Ah, oh, come on! Score streak kills. Come on! I have mostly passive score streaks. Well, I got the one. Come on! I guess that one's fine. That one works. All right. Well, since I've heard nothing from you guys, I am gonna call it at the normal time today, which is right now. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. Thank you very much. If you are just joining and seeing me end the stream, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. But if you stayed, well, gosh darn it, I appreciate that even more. We will be back tomorrow with Work Wednesday from 11 to 2. As per the usual. Calls will be open. Goddamn. Calls will be open just like normal. But we reserve Work Wednesday for the, you know, video gaming. So I don't know how much I'll be taking. And then we'll be adding on a day soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be Monday or Friday, but we'll be adding on a day. And, yeah. Very simple. Very chill. Very cool. I'm very handsome. I'm insanely smart. I'm a genius. I'm super handsome, and I'm great at stuff. I've been Goose. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know, I hope you have a real wonderful day, and I hope that you don't take your dogs out on pavement that is too hot, because it would hurt their tiny paws. That being said, have a good one, and enjoy your dinner. Again, I've been Goose. Please like and subscribe. Please, I know people don't do that these days, but that's the only way that I can grow. You hit like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. It really, 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 really helps out. Really, like, insanely much. I'm nearing the milestones to get partner/affiliate. And really the only thing I'm missing is engagement, so just please clickety those linkities, and I'd appreciate it.